So as times you see the criminals are more advanced, they are ahead, they know how, if they commit crimes, how to go away without being punished. However, like you have asked, it is very, very important. Evidence sustains a case. And any case whose evidence is wanting, its life is cut short. Those are cases sometimes the Office of the Directorate of Public Prosecution dismisses, or at times the evidence can be there, but maybe the way it was organized, you fail to convince the judge or the magistrate that indeed an offense was committed. So at the end of it all, you lose the case. It is very important because once a crime has been committed, we have been cautioning you, members of the public, to secure scenes of crime. Those scenes of crime is where primary evidence is derived. For example, if it is a case of murder, you have to lift the fingerprints from maybe the available objects that were used to commit the offense. You have to lift shoe marks. If these people committed, what could be their shoe marks? Because we have reached an instant where, especially in our local setups, where we have canine traces. The canine, you understand, the dog.
The dogs.
So a dog picks scent from the scene, it moves up to the home of somebody. But remember, the scene has been tampered. If the scene was not tampered, you could even identify the shoes which this person was using. Of course, you know, different shoes have different shoe sizes, and maybe the designs of the shoe sole. So if the scene had been protected, you can exactly pin the suspect to the scene. Why? Maybe the shoe, the appearance of the shoe sole on the soil is similar to what this person is having at his home or what is putting on. But also, even the shoe size, you know, sometimes we have some soils can lift exactly your shoe sole. And even if somebody sees like this, especially now, like most of these shoes with a lot of, like our military shoes, the moment I see a shoe sole, I know this is a shoe of a security personnel. But even when somebody has no shoes, like in a banana plantation when it is rainy season, even it does not need a dog, you see the footmarks of the person, you trace them up to their home. So it is very important, our dear viewers, to preserve scenes of crime, because primary evidence is where it is derived. Even here, every time somebody enters this office, they hold that handle. So if we want to know who was the last person to hold that, we shall lift some fingerprints on it. You know, we have advanced. The good thing, you are aware that we have a Directorate of Forensics. Its main purpose is to get that scientific evidence that even if you deny that you are not involved in the commitment of the offense, but science has proved that according to the fingerprints that were lifted on the handle of the vehicle, on the handle of the door, they are yours. That one is typical, it is clear evidence, it is scientific. You cannot refute it. Or even in cases of cases related to like environment, rape. When a person is raped, there are those vaginal fluids which the doctor extracts, and they can be similar to the person who raped that lady. So, but you are raped, you have gone back home, you have washed, you are something, you have spoiled evidence. We want to test.
So that's tampering with evidence.
You have tampered with evidence.
Okay.
So
it's not a laughing matter. It's not a laughing matter.
I have gone deep now, but on a wider scale or at a larger picture, evidence is very primary. And criminals who are advanced, they have mastered on how to evade being linked to the crime scenes. That's why they are very fast to tamper with it. We introduce our canines to the scene, and it cannot go anywhere. Why? Because you don't know now. The person who wants to see wants to also confirm, is this person dead? Of course, under human circumstances, it is unavoidable, because this person could be having some, is not yet dead, is maybe in a state of coma, who could be rushed to the hospital. So, as we gather evidence, as we compile our case files, the investigating officer, it is the responsibility of that detective, that CID, to ensure that they avail evidence to pin the person who is accused to that crime which was committed.
Okay.
Under circumstances where the evidence is wanting, those are files where you see that the Office of the Directorate of Public Prosecution, or DPP, has dropped charges. Why? Because they see the case cannot be sustainable in court, because the evidence on file is not enough or is insufficient. And a magistrate or a judge, for them you are innocent until you are proved guilty.
Yes.
And who proves you guilty? The evidence which has been adduced before a court to pin you to that offense. So evidence gathering, evidence preservation, especially at scenes of crime, is very, very important to sustain a case, especially a case which is before a court. Leave alone this issue where even people admit. These days, criminals have mastered. You arrest them at first time, there and then they admit that yes, I committed the offense. In just 1 minute, he has again changed that. No, afande. Bilimba densaga. Obana bade natidde nti bagenda kunkuba. Si kituufu. Even when we have suspects confessing at police, once they are produced before a court, they are at liberty to deny. However, there is a new system in court, they call it pre-bargain. Once you don't waste court's time, if you know you committed the offense and you don't want to waste court's time, because in the long run, once court takes a normal procedure and they are bringing witness and they are testifying against you, and it is indeed found out that you committed the offense, you get a higher sentence or punishment than if you had earlier admitted to have committed the offense. For example, some suspects can spend like 2 to 5 years when they are on remand. So now, if you admit, if you are supposed to get like 10 years, because you do not waste court's time and resources, you find out of the 10, they can give you like 7. So you have saved court's time, but also you have reduced your time, because that time they have deducted is the time you would have spent on remand. So some suspects or accused persons, they are at liberty to accept or deny to have committed the offense. it is upon the investigating officer and accused person to prove that this person who has been apprehended indeed committed the offense based on the evidence that has been availed.
Okay. All right, we are coming back to the case and how exactly to handle cases, especially before police. But I'd like us to quickly cross to the security purposes of security awareness, especially this coming festive season. We have Easter period fast approaching, and of course, as security, I believe you have some package for our people just before we get into that particular season.
At the beginning, I think towards the end of last week, we had some warnings about suspected ADF remnants who had crossed over into the country. So our dear viewers, especially in the entertainment industry and the religious community, those are areas which are always congested during the festive season, that is Easter period. And of course, Ramadan, the end of Ramadan will also be, I think, following in 2 weeks after Easter. So we want to urge you, let's tighten up our security methods, especially those of you who have places of worship, those of you who have entertainment places. Please be vigilant. Work hand in hand with security agencies. We expect, as of today, people to be having those metal detectors. Be suspicious of people you do not understand and report accordingly. Be suspicious of abandoned luggages, though the members of the public, sometimes they even see garbage that now this is a bomb. They call everywhere. You reach there, you find it is a bag or a sack of garbage. But it is also important, once you are unsuspicious of any item, please report to the nearest authorities. We are working hand in hand with our sister security agencies to ensure that we safeguard you during this festive season. But we can only do so if we are working with you and you are working with us. You know, some people decide to work alone in isolation, not because they don't know, but because they don't want. You can keep working in isolation, but the moment or the day you will get a problem, you will run a hard way. You know, running a hard way. Running a hard way is very, very important. It is also part of learning. So let's stick to being security conscious. These people live with us. You may find now some of them are here in Kampala. They are residing in hotels and lodges. They are with us in bars, and they even come to churches and mosques. Let's be very, very suspicious of people, especially we don't know. There are some communities who easily understand that this one is not part of us, especially in rural setup. In rural setup, you can be knowing everybody in the village. Yeah. It is only here in town where people don't want to care about who is who. But in our rural setup, we know those people, that this one is not part of us. So please be very suspicious. Let people identify themselves once you feel you don't know them. Identifying themselves is not all about having a national ID. No, it is more than that. Some of these criminals they are Ugandans. Only that their minds and their actions do not reflect our values, because our Ugandan values do not we don't accept killing people innocently. So people must identify themselves, what they do, why are they in that particular place. If I came here when you are not expecting me, I think you can ask me that, Afandi, what's up? Are you lost? Because you do not expect me. So those are certain questions we expect you, our members of the public, to ask such questions. Who are you? What are you doing here? When that person feels that you have identified them, automatically they will either disappear, or they can even, sometimes they are overwhelmed by the questions and maybe they reveal the truth. Because some of them, they don't do it because they want to do it, but because they have been coerced to do it. So let's be vigilant. Our teams are on ground, want to sensitize you, but also to help you wipe out such elements. So any person or any member of the public who has information that can lead us to the apprehension and maybe to foil such plans of the rebel activities, please feel free to give us such information. You can channel your information through the local leaders or to the nearest police for immediate action. And we are hopeful that, like we have always done, this festive season is going to be successful. We don't expect to find any incidences, as long as the members of the public have positively cooperated with us. It is also important.
Okay.
Because we may put our efforts when members of the public are not willing to cooperate with us, but they have been cooperative. I thank you for being cooperative to secure our nation.
All right, I think let's take a short break. Let's take a very short break, and then we return with more. Don't go away. This is Issues at Hand, and we are powered by Muteera Hotel by Marriott Entebbe.
Issues at Hand, powered by
Muteera Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. Comfort and luxury at its best.
This is Church of Uganda Family TV, enriching lives. This is Church of Uganda Family TV, enriching lives. Issues at hand, powered by
Muteera Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. Comfort and luxury at its best.
You're welcome back to Issues at Hand. We are still here, of course, talking matters of national importance with my guest from the Uganda Police Force, as is every Friday. Now, of course, we are, reminding you that we are on social media platforms at Church of Uganda Family TV. Anywhere, anytime, just reach out to us, share your thoughts about this discussion, and also like, comment, and share with a friend. Now, we were still looking at some of the issues affecting us, and I would like to cross back now to cases, police cases. And I'd like to ask my guest, Afande Muteera Asiimwe, who is here with us this morning.
Yes.
Some cases have been in police custody for years.
Not in police custody. A suspect is the one who is in custody. No, it is understandable. Yeah. Files are at the police, but they do not move. Why? It is understandable.
Okay, so the police files
yes.
have been at police for some time. Can somebody come, having reported a case in the earlier months or years, can they come and retrieve it and reopen it, if I may coin that word?
It is happening, and it has been happening. When you open a case file, it depends on the interest you have or on the evidence you have on file. Some cases, once they are opened, they can open a case. Let me use like an example of aggravated robbery. Somebody robs a person. They hit me seriously, and I am in coma for 6 months. It means that the case is at police, the file is there, but somebody to tell us exactly what happened is still unconscious. So that file cannot move because we don't know who, what happened. So such cases can remain until the person or the victim recovers and narrates to us what happened. Because you cannot, the primary evidence is with the victim. So you don't know what happened. It is him or her who knows exactly what happened. What time of the night was it? What did she see or what did he see? What did they steal? So once that person recovers, they will give us what? Exactly what happened. But that does not mean that when a victim is unconscious, that police cannot investigate. No, because we have investigated the cases of murder where the person has died, so we can investigate it even without the victim, because in this instance the victim died.
No
So we can investigate and take persons to what? To court. However, people have they are always influenced by some circumstances. Somebody can report, for example, married people. A person can be beaten. The victim runs to police, opens up a case, but thereafter they are convinced that now we are going to handle this matter. Please don't proceed. So the file will remain there. At any one point, once this person comes, that file can be revisited. However, we have what we call putting away cases. When a file has been opened and this takes a certain period of time, I'm not specific to that, but I think it is not less than 6 months, especially minor cases. Such cases are put away for, we call them archives. They are put aside, but once the person comes and resurfaces that file is revisited and it is given position. In instances of court-going files, a file can lose position, but it can be repositioned so that the prosecution, the court process proceeds as it is supposed to be.
Okay.
Like I have told you, people are driven by emotions. Some cases are opened up because they are emotions, but also other people report because they want, people fear police. Once this person comes and say that, now this is my reference, I have you. So he said that now don't go back, let's finish this matter. So for us, we can be having there the fight, yet you have resolved your issues. Because you fear that you are going to be put in police custody, maybe we take you to court. Others in upcountry, people suspect prisoners dig. They do that fatigue.
Yeah.
So I said that now you are finished. You are going to dig. The people are going to see you putting on that yellow uniform. So I said that now, please, let's solve the matter. You even
Is
see
it allowed to solve the matter outside, yet I've reported a crime already?
Minor crimes. Minor crimes, because it is you who has the interest in your case. So it is you to decide what to do. If you were beaten and you have decided that this person should treat you and you forgive them, for us we cannot say that no, you take this person to court. Issues may be relating with finances. You had obtained goods or credit under disguise, or in cases like theft, somebody stole your items, maybe your house items. You have arrested him or her. You have recovered the items. They have compensated you, so you have to lose interest. You cannot say that now. Only in some instances, there is a time where where we have these criminal gangs. For them, they have mastered. They want to compensate. We can advise you that no, look, these people, they have told you that they are going to compensate you, but they are going to recover whatever they have compensated you in one way or the other. So such people, we always advise them. We convince them that no, let this person, at least even if he is to compensate you, let them go through the normal court process. At least it can send a warning to the rest outside there. Because once we make it that now, if I beat you, I compensate you. For how long will you be beaten? I beat you, I compensate you. The next time I will beat you to death. So that's why we always sometimes put some checks. I say, no, yes. Whereas there is compensation, but this person at least should first feel that punitive arm of the law.
Okay.
So that it can send a warning message to others outside there. But cases we can have case files at police when the complainants have lost interest, but at a certain point they again resurface and revisit those files and they take position. So that one has been happening and it is still happening.
Okay. And after solving the case and making sure that everything now is brought to light and the suspects are taken to custody.
Yes.
Does the case now become closed and the file thrown away?
No. We don't throw files. Even now when you want a file of 2,000, we can revisit our stores and check that file.
Okay.
And we see how it, and we reposition it. So even when a case is closed, the file remains there. The file are papers. We have the station diary, that book where we register our cases.
Yeah.
That record is there. A written record can be secured for as long as that book is still there, unless maybe if the book is burnt or it is stolen or lost. 2, that file, those papers where you put into writing that on this day and date something happened, then you put witnesses, that file is also stored. We can write minutes that this case has been put away because of A, B, C, D, because the person did not show up. But the moment you resurface, and you can easily tell your case reference number, that SD reference we always give to our reporters at police, your file can be revisited.
Okay.
So we don't throw away our case files. They are stored. They are secured. Even when you want a record of 20 years back, it can be retrieved.
Okay. Thank you.
And these days we are going digital. We are now going to be storing our system, our data on system. We have begun phasing out the manual way of record keeping.
Okay.
But also it has a virus, you know. The virus can eat up all that. But we shall back up. We shall back up your information.
Because now we are worried if you introduce the digital way of securing data,
yes,
anything can happen.
People will enter our systems.
Of course, we have hackers, trained hackers.
But yes, every advantage has a disadvantage. So we cannot fear to go digital because we have hackers. We shall devise means of putting that backup systems so that even when hackers try to penetrate into our records, we have mechanisms of retrieving our data or securing it from any unauthorized persons.
Okay, thank you. And now, how much must I have if I want to report a case? Somebody has done something to me, and the first thing I want to think about is going to police to report. How much must I have?
How much in terms of what?
Money.
I thought it was in terms of time.
No, how much money? But also, how much time is not a bad question.
Our dear viewers, to open up a police, to open up a case or to register a case or record a case at police is free, because like any other government agency, our services are free, because we are civil servants, we are paid. Some of those books, they are provided. So you don't need money to go at the police to register a case. However, it is your responsibility to facilitate yourself and your witnesses in any case.
Oh, okay.
Because the police cannot drive their motorcycle or motor vehicle to come and pick you to report a case. So maybe in terms of money, you can facilitate yourself. But to register a case at police, it is free of charge.
Okay.
Just like in any other. However, that does not mean that there are no services at police which are payable. They are there.
Okay. Because
we have issues relating to getting police reports. Like if people who want insurance, you pay. There is a police account, a consolidated fund account, where you pay. Like these people who are issued receipts on the road, they pay. They are paying to police on a non-authorized system or account. You do not pay to the OC. You do not pay to what? Because at the end of it all, the top management is accountable when it is before a public accounts committee to know how much money did police collect in its payable services. So they know that we collected this amount and this is how we spent. But to open a case at police, it is free of charge.
Okay. And as we wrap up, maybe you would give us your last words in regards to both the Easter holidays, but also our discussion on case files, police case files.
Our dear viewers, you know, most people are not used to police. Not that they don't know that we are there, but maybe somebody thinks that they can only come to police when they have a problem. I normally challenge my friends that why do you only come when you have problems? Like our nature of work, we link the community to the public or the community to police. So there should be that rapport between the police and the members of the public. It eases work, and there is that swiftness once you are close to your service providers. Now, some members of the public, once they have problems, they even fear to come to report, because they say, now, where am I going to start from? They don't know me. Even those we know, at one point we didn't know them. So don't fear to report. Don't fear to come to the police because you don't know anybody. At one point, I think when I was coming here, I didn't know any of you. Neither did you know me. But because I came, I knew you and you know me. So similarly, to register a case at police, it does not need you to know somebody. There are people who always even come with their brokers. You know brokers? We have those brokers who think they know every office. So somebody comes, they broke that person that now, to register a case, you need to do this and this. So sometimes, that's how conmen always develop. Because for you think that you cannot go by yourself. You want to use a third party to talk on your behalf. So in most cases, we always chase them, said that now, if you have guided this person to the police, your purpose is done. Let this person speak for themselves. But you know, you are the one who was beaten. You told me. When we go somewhere, it is me to talk how you were beaten. But you also on reported speech. Let us hear from the horse's mouth.
Okay.
So, please, if you are watching me and hearing me, because you can be watching when you are not attentive to what I'm talking about. You don't need somebody, or you don't need the help of anybody to go to any government office to register your complaint, or to know, or to seek information. You may not come to police to report, but also to get some guidance. It is also important. You can be guided because you don't know how something is to be done, how to handle your matter. So, that one, you don't need anybody to escort you to the police. Maybe, if you are a suspect, you need somebody to escort you, because we can decide to detain you. So you need that person to stand for you as a surety.
Okay.
That one you can go with somebody. But once you want to report, please feel free, consult us. Our offices, we don't need to be known to be attended to, and we always work 24/7.
Okay.
So during the festive season, please cooperate with us. Find a contact, an important contact in your community, or where you reside, or where you work from, so that in case of any emergency information, we can easily reach to you, or you can easily connect to us. And we want to wish you the best to our Christian brothers and sisters who are fasting. I think today is this coming Sunday is Palm Sunday.
Yes, it is.
And the following Sunday it will be Easter.
Sunday, yes.
To our Muslim brothers and sisters, also Ramadan, we are almost by the end of this week we shall be in the middle. So you can see how days are moving very fast.
Yeah.
So So we want to wish you the best. We know during this fasting period, you have been holy. Please remain holy. You have, when people are fasting, they can be as if they have never committed any crime. But the moment the fasting is done, people become wild. They are hostile. These days, couples are greeting each other. But once the festive season is done, people become harsh. Please maintain that cool, maintain that those manners for the best of our society. A society needs all of us to be good to each other, to follow the values of Jesus Christ and Prophet Muhammad.
I think so, yes.
Yeah. So please, we wish you the best during your fasting period, but also during the festive season, the next weekend, which we are beginning tomorrow, on Sunday, Palm Sunday. And those who want to march, please contact your nearest police. These days, everything you have to notify us, because we have an authorized person who also wants to do what they want to do, which is against the law. Thank you for thank you for hosting me.
You're most welcome.
I don't take it for granted. There are very many people whom we could have invited, but the pressure is mine.
Thank you so much.
That I have come here, and please keep on inviting us.
Of course.
To guide members of the public on how we operate and how to secure their lives and property for God and my country.
Thank you so much, Asiimwe Muteera Hafande from, of course, the Uganda Police Force, and all the team that I've worked with. I cannot go beyond here. We're powered by Muteera Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. Bye-bye.
Issues at hand, powered by
Muteera Hotel.